sharing information, ideas, and points of view. This is Rogers Television.
The following program is a presentation of Rogers Television Sports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Simon Fraser University, high atop the Burnaby Mountain campus, where the Klansmen take on Cal State Fullerton Titans. The Titans, a Division I team, have been synonymous with basketball throughout the California, Nevada area for a great number of years, and Coach Bob Hocking, the 7th coach in their history, hopes to have a good team this year. The last couple of years, the team has been injury-riddled, and that has affected their ability to get past the 500 mark. They're a fast, big team, and they're a Division I team, as I said, and they'll be taking on the Klansmen in their home opener. The Titans have had such illustrious stars as Cedric Sabalas, a present NBA star, and 11 other players have reached the NBA. So this is a powerful team and a big challenge for the Klansmen this evening. Let's go upstairs to William Davis and Kerry Carlson for their comments on this evening's game.
Well, thank you very much, Keith, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a matchup we have for you here this evening. NCAA Division I school, Cal State Fullerton in the house. Kerry Carlson, pleased to have you with us. Thanks for joining us again.
Glad to be here. Looking forward to a really good game.
Wow, what a game we've got too, and what a challenge for this young SFU team to take on a Division I team immediately in the get-go of the season.
What a great way to kick off the season, though. Hit it with a great team coming in here, Division I, and let's see if they can step up to that challenge.
Well, speaking of Cal State Fullerton, let's look at the Titans and their keys to victory this evening. As you'll see on the monitor, the Cal State Fullerton team needs to do a few things, and one of them has to be not take SFU lightly.
They can't come out here thinking that this is just an NAIA school. They're a big Div 1 school, and Coach Hocking said that they got to take them serious. They've been watching them on film, and they're not going to take this team lightly. They also have to look to push the transition game. Like Coach Hocking also said, they like to run and gun, and they're going to look to set the tempo. And in terms of the big game, the backcourt, they have two players in the likes of Jarrett and Murphy, who are outstanding backcourt players. Jarrett having tons of leadership. He's their senior. And Murphy is the Superman, as you call them, highly conditioned athlete. He hardly rests at all during a game, and excellent three-point shooter, so it's going to be interesting.
Excellent three-point shooter, sub 5-minute miler, and Jarrett, the old man at 23 on this team. So now those are the backcourt stars, but up front we're looking at something that a couple of players up front that we need to keep an eye on this evening, and that in the form of Caldwell and Harmon.
Caldwell and Harmon. Caldwell is a big guy, about 6'8". He's going to be battling Richard Anderson all night. And as you can see, field goals, 50%. Anderson actually tops him out at about 60%. So we're going to look to see these two guys banging around inside. And
that, of course, is Matt Caldwell. He's chairman of the boards and has a tattoo that it makes it official. He's the self-proclaimed chairman of the boards. So that is Matt Caldwell up front, and also Harmon will be his counterpart. And let's speak a bit about him.
And again, he's a tall guy, 6'7". He's a little bit of more of a wing type player. He likes to slash. He can shoot the three. As you can see, Big West first team, and leading scorer and rebounder. So this guy can do a little bit of everything.
He can do it all. This guy is by far their leader. He's an all-conference, as we mentioned, and you know, everyone likes Ike, right? We all remember that.
Be like Ike? I don't think that's how it goes, but maybe for Cal State.
Well, okay, we're talking to a history teacher here. So let's just move on, and let's see what the coach had to say about what this team has to do this evening to be victorious.
To win tonight.
Well, you know, we're going to really concentrate on our system. We like to run and get the ball up down the court and get some easy opportunity shots. So that'll be a big part of what we're going to try to do offensively. And then defensively, we've got to contain Richard Anderson and their arsenal of very good offensive players for a Division II school. So we've had a chance to look at a little bit of them on tape, and I have a lot of respect for Scott and Simon Fraser and what they're all about. So we know we're in for a good ball game tonight.
Well, they're obviously set to go this evening, so let's take a look at their counterparts, the Klansmen, and they've got to do a couple of things key this evening to be victorious, and the first one's got to be come out swinging.
They've got to come out and set the tempo early. They can't be intimidated by the fact they're playing a Div 1 school, and they just got to come out and set the tempo, set their game right off the bat. Also, I think they got to use a bit of their height advantage, and that's not necessarily in the inside game, but I think with their guard play, they have some bigger guards, some bigger forward-type players, and I think they can use that to their advantage. And they need a big gamer. They need someone to step up and take charge out there, because the likes of Caldwell from Cal State and Anderson, I think they're just going to cancel each other out. They're both great inside players, and it's going to be someone else to step up, perhaps Wall, perhaps Kwiatkowski off the bench, and might be one of those guys.
All right, so now let's take a look at who we're going to be watching specifically and who could be that big gamer. Of course, we're talking about Wall and Anderson here.
Well, these two guys are key for SFU. Wall is the three-point threat. He does finish well, and that means that he can take it to the hoop. He's a slasher. He can do a little bit of everything.
And of course, Richard Anderson. Everybody knows Richard Anderson, Biggie as they call him up here. He's the man.
He is the man. 6'7". He's a big guy, banging on the boards in there. He's a strong offensive player, and he's a first-team all-conference player. So this guy's no slouch. So Cal State's going to have their hands full checking him.
Leading rebounder, and he's got the potential to come out here and score a lot of points, and he may be that guy who needs to get about 30 points for his team to be victorious. We had a chance to ask Scott Clark, head coach of SFU, what his team needs to do this evening.
Well, I think offensively we just have to look after the basketball and run our stuff. I would say that defensively, we want to keep a slower tempo. We want to make sure that we don't give up any easy baskets. We don't want to give up any easy baskets in terms of fast break points or points off the glass. If we're able to do that, it'll be a situation in which we're able to compete, and we'll see where we go from there.
Hi, I'm Deborah, your host of All About Pets. We have lined up many interesting people, animals, and places to see. Watch us at All About Pets. You never know who you'll bump into.
It's taken over 25,000 years to develop. It's able to withstand thousands of pounds per square inch. It's the latest in exercise equipment, and you sit on it every day. Chair aerobics.
Constituency Report, weekdays, 6 p.m., Rogers Television.
Welcome back to the Simon Fraser Gymnasium, where the Titans from Cal Fullerton take on the Simon Fraser Klansmen, as I said, in their home opener. And of course, the Titans went to the Sweet 16 in '78 and beat Bill Cartwright, so this is a well-packed team with a lot of tradition. Let's go up to William Davis and Kerry Carlson for their comments in the starting lineup for the first half of tonight's varsity basketball.
Well, thanks so much, Keith, and welcome aboard, folks, to another great season up here on Burnaby Mountain, as we've got the Klansmen ready to take on the world, and they've got a big challenge here tonight, I'll tell you, with the Cal State Fullerton team. And Keith, our resident knowledgeable man of all figures and names and such, lets us know that Cal State has actually been to the Sweet 16 in the tourney.
That's most impressive.
All right, then let's take a look at the starting lineups here for the Titans. It'll be, everyone likes Ike, Harmon, Campbell, Caldwell, Jarrett Murphy, the backcourt duo that we were talking about that everybody's got to watch out for tonight. And then for the Clan, it'll be Neufeld, Gill, Wall, Antwi, and Anderson. So, and we noticed that there is someone actually missing from that, and that would be our friend, and now I've lost his stat, but what's his name? Kwiatkowski, who is not going to be playing tonight. He's injured, I believe.
Oh my goodness, and he was one of my keys. I was thinking this guy's going to come off the bench.
And we've discovered since
unfortunate.
that he's injured, and it will be unfortunate for SFU. He's a nice threat outside, and he's also one of those runners who can fill in the lanes and score some points.
I think he was one of their leading scorers last year as well, so that's going to be a huge loss for them. That's a nice punch to have come off the bench. If not, well, I guess if he wasn't injured, he might even be starting. I don't know, but hopefully the Klansmen can pull through anyway.
That's right. Now, in your career at UBC, did you guys ever go into a gymnasium heavily favored and sort of come out kind of dull, like could happen here to Cal State?
Well, that tends to happen. I mean, if you play someone who you might think maybe the competition's a little less, a little lower caliber, you could have a tendency to come out a little bit flat. I don't think that's going to happen here. I don't think SFU is going to let them get anything easy off the bat. They're going to give them a game right away, so they're going to have to either step up and play like they can, or they're going to get beat by an SFU team.
That's right, and we're underway here this evening from Chancellor's Gymnasium, and Cal State has taken it immediately and right to Ike, and he misses. A nice work in there by Wall to tip that one to himself and garner that rebound as SFU now comes up on offense for the first time.
Harmon and Wall are going to have a great game tonight. I think it's going to be interesting to see those two guys battle. They're both slashers, both athletic, good shooters.
There was a potential look at a three, and the bell was held up and inside to Anderson.
And 3 seconds
called
in the
for
key.
3.
As soon as he touched that ball there's 3 Cal State players right on him. They're not going to let him get anything easy tonight. He's going to have to work hard for everything he gets.
Here's it inside again to Ike Harmon, and he just powers his way up. Nice, he's got the ups there, it looks, and nice 2 points inside there. Defensive player going for the steal there as SFU maintains possession. And they don't seem to be able to get anything inside at all, and that defense, like you mentioned, is ready to collapse in on them. There's Wall from the outside, and a nice easy look and a nice basket by the lefty.
Initially signaled as a 3-pointer. It turns out to be a 2, but that was a great look. It's nice for him to hit his first shot. And he's going to start to feel it soon, I think.
As we mentioned, it's important that they remain in this one early on. And here's a... Oh, that was a lucky play there inside. And now the ball's back up. There's the chairman of the boards now, and he's stripped of the ball on his way up. And SFU, nice recovery there and nice defense.
Good defense, good position, straight up. They didn't foul him. He was stuck with 3 SFU players around him, and it's if he didn't get a no call there on that shot, at least could have got a 3-second call. So it's a good job on D.
And there's a careless turnover there for SFU, and here they are now as Harmon's filling the lane on that. And, ooh, that was a brick. There's no better words for that. There's a brick, and inside, nothing doing there as Campbell works his way into a hole, kind of, but. Looked like he walked. Is that what happened? Or
he did get called for the walk. He could have got called on a double dribble beforehand, I think, but ref came up with a good call, and it's a turnover. SFU really looking to slow down the pace. Coach Clark talked about they didn't want to get into a running game with these guys, and they're really looking to work through their offense. Lots of passes, lots of touches by everybody on the ball.
There's Wall again, and he'll get fouled inside by Harmon. Nice move inside there, and they were patient on the exterior and found their man slicing through and tried to set him up.
They're not going to look to rush anything. I think patience will be a key for them, and they got to work through things, work through the offense. Tricky thing about Wall is he's also a left-hander, so I think a lot of people checking him don't always realize that. And even if you do know that offhand, I mean, I'm sure Coach Hawkins has told his player he's a lefty, but you come across so many right-handed players that you just can't get it in your head that you're playing a lefty sometimes, and it takes a while to sort of
it's like defending a mirror, right?
You got it.
And you know, in my modest career, that was one of my lucky assets. Of course, that was about the only one, but nonetheless, it was a great asset. So, sure enough, that'll be a weapon. Wall. We'll try to. They've surely watched the game tape and know, but it's something that, like you say, you can't get used to.
See too many of them.
That's right. The old southpaw. So he drains. I think he missed the front end. Did he not?
He hit them both.
He hit them both, actually. Well, thank you very much. Good thing you're watching the game. 4-2 here early on as SFU has taken the lead here versus Cal State Fullerton. There's Wall, the nice steal, and he's going home with this one. Boom. Modest little dunk, but nonetheless, that's the kind of stuff you want to see early on and get that crowd in behind you and give yourself a little confidence. Here's Jared on the outside, inside to Harmon.
Whoa.
Nice, smooth. He's a smooth-looking player. Anyway,
Harmon is going to work. He's taken four out of the 5 shots, I think, that they've put up there. He's quite the offensive player.
All conference last year. He's definitely the Titans franchise player right now. And that was a carry? What was that called?
We got called for a 5-second call. We couldn't get rid of the basketball, and it's a turnover.
Get it over the slash marks, right? That's something we wouldn't see up
at NAIA rules, but Oh, here we see a replay of that.
Yeah, we're
just
seeing-
great defensive pressure, and had trouble getting rid of the ball, getting a pass off, and that's a turnover.
Here we are back to live action, and there's a nice shot from the high post and nothing doing. And it's a push from behind there, trying to crash in on the boards.
Harmon skying high. Oh, we got SFU. I thought we were going to get a call of Harmon over the back.
Chris Gill actually was called with that.
Chris Gill gets called for the foul.
You guys hear me in the truck? Here's Wall with the inbound now, and SFU is going to have to be challenged by the press here as they're as Cal State is now picking up at full court.
Oh,
And there's Anderson, and that'll be a jump ball. That'll be a jump ball as Caldwell came up and wrapped that one up. And looks like SFU
Two
wasn't
big
really
guys
ready
getting
for that.
wrapped up.
They didn't seem composed there and ready for that press.
no, Cal State's throwing some full court pressure at them, and they're really jumping out, overplaying defensively, getting out in the passing lanes, and SFU will have to combat that and again slow the pace down and not look to push things too much.
Here's Antwi at the top now as they are very patient, as you mentioned. And we've got a stoppage in play here for.
Not sure
Not
what's
too
going
clear
on
what's
here.
going on. I'm just sitting here kind of quietly figure out what's going on, and we have no word from here. It's
Might have been
PA
something to do with the
announcers.
clock, or
So we'll start that one all over again. That was got to be on the highlight reel for sure. So here's Jeff Antwi now as the Clan try to set up around the perimeter. Neufeld into Anderson as Anderson's come up high, and he's shut down immediately.
down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Got to do something with it here.
There's Anderson again. He'll give it to Wall, and he won't be shy. He'll shoot that. And nice hit fake there. He got Harmon out of his shorts in that one.
I thought
Unfortunately, didn't drop.
Yeah, I thought he was going to drain that one.
Nice move there, but unfortunately runs himself out of real estate and has to swing it back around. Here's Harmon on the outside. Nice move. Boy, this guy is something else. And that'll be a basket. Wow.
Oh, man.
He is smooth. Wow. I just hope we have a replay on that one. That was something else. That, I mean, you don't
That's
have to
hard
comment on that one.
Well played, good D, forcing the baseline, but there's no stopping Ike. He just did a little nice spin move, and he just elevates, as we'll see here.
Here it is.
Take the
Oh,
ball
here's
hard
the
to
end
the
of it.
baseline. I mean, he's just skying over people.
And he's smooth and smooth. And what that all started on the outside, where he's standing in his triple threat, and he's got an outside shot. Got to respect that, which gives him the chance to make his little move inside and then bleep through the roof and get that three-point play.
Absolutely.
And here's SFU again with some trouble trying to break that press, and they almost turn it over, but the ball is dribbled out of bound by Harmon, and they're having some problem with that press.
Well, Antwi there trying to dribble through the press, the pressure coming out the double team, and best way to break a press is to pass the ball and move the ball quickly, get it up the court. If you try and dribble through too many double teams, a lot of pressure, you're going to lose the ball, you're going to get going too fast, and people get hands on the ball, gets loose, and then other team gets it, and they're going the other way.
And there we see Scott Clark now in his 5th season with the Clan. His record is 53-69. Last year, unfortunately for the Clan, they went a disappointing 7-22. And that was not indicative of their talent or the record that Scott Clark was starting to build himself up here on the mountain.
Yeah, that's not indicative of the talent level that's on this team. They got a lot of quality basketball players. They've done a great job recruiting this year, got in a lot of good young players. And a lot of those losses came in really tight games. They had a lot of real 1- and 2-point losses. They had a couple overtime losses against various teams. And it's just an overall tough season. It's tough to lose close games like that when you work so hard and lose a bunch at the buzzer. But this team is going to bounce back this year. And they're looking to go all the way, win their conference, and head on to the championship.
They certainly are, and they're trying to build, they are actually building a strong program up here. Of course, to counter that strong women's program, which everyone knows Allison McNeil is running like a finely tuned machine.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And both the new players on the team and the players that were here last year have been working off season in the summer and really improving their games. And that can be said also for the head coaches. As for the head coach, Scott Clark, who's worked with the national team, of course, with his friend Jay Triano. And he was head coach of the under-19 provincial team that won the gold in '94. And his assistant, Virgil Hill, who was a star in both football and basketball up here at SFU, also coached this year the under-19 team to their national championship, actually in '98. So back to the action here as SFU is taking the time here to maybe regroup and look what they can do here on their offense, although it has been shooting fairly well for them. Here's Wall again on the outside. Harmon's clean watching him. Nice pass, good look. That was good work on both ends of that. As Chris Gill found himself a nice cut there and then backdoored his defender.
Well, that's what SFU's got to look to do. Cal State's really overplaying the passing lanes, making them, forcing the passes out on the perimeter, and they're going to look to get a lot of back doors, defense overplays.
Here's Caldwell now, and he traveled. So that's another good sign for SFU. That means they're working hard and they're cutting off those passing lanes also and really working their butts off there on defense. Now they're going to have to deal with this press again.
We'll go, not trying to dribble out of it, looking to make some passes.
Nice move by Walla, very, very composed. Oh, and there's a foul on Harmon as he was called for reaching in. Maybe he should have gone up with that.
And he's got a couple now, I think.
His second personal, and he'll have to come out and sit. So in the game for him is Dan Thompson. Dan Thompson, no, is it?
Josh Fisher, actually.
Check that, Josh Fisher, right? Number 10, not number 10, but number 40. Josh Fisher is in the game, the 6'9" sophomore. Here's Wall now, and Anderson's all alone, and boom, boom.
Hello.
Biggie inside.
Biggie with the big dunk.
And that's what we, again, need to see happen here for SFU. Good look inside.
Chris Gill going to get called for the bump.
Gill didn't have his assignment checked properly, and he came in behind him and hit him pretty hard with the body there. So good call by the ref on that one. And there is Sean Halverson in the game, the 6'8" junior. He's a forward in there for the first time this evening.
Oh.
There's some nice work inside by Caldwell.
Caldwell powering up between Wall and Anderson. That was no easy bucket.
Nice move there. Nice work as Wall looks for the three and rightfully holds that one up, especially if the game plan is to work on offense here. Anderson sticks with it, keeps the ball alive for SFU. And back outside to Neufeld. Here's Antwi now outside. A little long on the 3 attempt. And it looks like a foul on Cal State Fullerton here. It looked like Campbell, number 20 Campbell with the push-off there.
I think a little bit too much pushing going on underneath.
So the refs seem to be trying to sort of set the tone inside on that to see these big boys make sure they now back to Wall on the outside. There's 40 now inside, and 40 is Josh Fisher just checking into the game, and he'll get his first foul also. And must be a pretty brutal evening here for Richard Anderson inside to try and get free and get some looks here.
Well, he's no stranger to that. He knows teams key in on him, and he's not going to get anything easy all year. And hasn't probably for the last few seasons he's been playing up here, so he knows how to score with a bunch of defensive pressure. We'll see him start to drain a few pretty quickly, I think.
So that was a 5-second delay on the inbound, so the ball was turned over to Cal State Fullerton, and here they are now. Trying to set themselves up, and there's a 5-second again.
My goodness.
He didn't get in deep enough, I guess, and they called the 5-second. Did he make the pass?
I don't think so. He just was dribbling around up top.
He went a mental lapse there on that one, and so Neufeld here and SFU trying to take over. And
travel.
That's a travel. And very athletic, sweet-looking play. But he took an extra step there, and he's got to get back those frequent flyer miles.
I think he just smelled the dunk and just was keying in on the hoop and kind of forgot to dribble.
I think he saw our cameras and thought he could maybe smile for us.
Film.
Yeah.
Looked good, though.
It did.
I give him some style points for that.
Absolutely, and unfortunately for them, the style points don't count on the game score. And the score is 10-9 for SFU. There's a nice move inside Anthony, and the ball is free. Nice move. Richard Anderson with the big block inside. Wow, not in my house, says Anderson.
Awesome. The big guy hustling back on defense. Not letting anything in transition happen easily. Goes up with a big block and draws a foul on Caldwell.
Wow. This is an athletic bunch out here tonight. This is a good-looking game, and so far, 13 minutes left here in the first half. It's 10-9, and SFU has done what they had to in this game from the onset. Nice work inside. Nice dish by Antwi in there. And Sean Halverson is the recipient of that beautiful dish, and that's a nice 2 points and another foul. And quickly, this Cal State team is racking up the fouls.
And Antwi not afraid to take it in amongst the trees there, penetrating. Nice dish off to Halverson, and he went up strong with that, drew the foul. He's going for the three-point play.
Swish. Nothing but net on that one, as SFU now extends their lead to 4. Here, midway through the first half, and I don't think Cal State is by any means folding under the pressure here. They're working around their offense. That one's a little long.
Whoa.
Big work up there. And good hustle by SFU as Caldwell really fought for that one, but SFU hit their hands in there. Nice move and a foul, and another great looking play there as Sean Halverson has come off the bench and made an impact.
What a great substitution by Scott Clark. Subbing in Halverson, takes it hard to the hoop. Again, going for the three-point play.
Now here they did push that ball here. Here's the replay actually. Let's take a look at that. Nice way to use the rim to protect himself there from getting
Exactly.
stopped.
If he went up on the left there, it would have been a big-time block, but he reverses it, uses the rim to shield off the defender. And there's the three-point play.
2 for him, 2 in a row. The junior from Maple Ridge has come in and scored 6 points here. The 6 last points, and SFU is finding themselves with a bit of a lead. Here's Caldwell inside. Give and go there, and he's a good athletic player with good hands inside.
Yeah, it was a tough pass. Managed to grab that ball with those big mitts.
There's Anderson at the top of the key. Back to Wall. He looked for the pass there to sort of half alley-oop, nothing doing. And there's some nice work. Guess who's the recipient of that thing from Antwi? Halverson inside again, a nice ball movement, and that's been the key here so far for SFU.
Halverson's got 8 quick points within about 2 minutes of play.
Here's Caldwell once again. Moving that ball back out. Mike Murphy up for 3, and he drains that. Mark Murphy for 3.
And this guy's money. He's a big-time three-point shooter. Hit 66 threes last season.
And that's a charge. Wow.
That,
high impact.
Yeah.
That was out of a Jackie Chan movie, that was.
And he does his own stunt work, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's take a look at that, actually.
Yeah, that was just Josh Fisher was standing in there about a good half hour before Antwi left the floor.
That's right.
And that's unfortunate. Antwi just trying to set the tempo, trying to take it hard to the basket. He's looking to create, and I mean, I think as a coach, that's okay. He's just looking to create something, looking to make the D work, make him shift, make him help out, and trying to get some easy looks to dish off to the big guys inside.
That may have been the first bad choice that this team has made with the ball here on offense this evening. Both running with it and also in their set offense. They have been finding the open man, being very patient, and getting the cutters. And the movement without the ball seems to be the key this evening.
Well, Antwi, I mean, that was a bad decision, but he's come up with some good ones earlier on in the game. For example, the last one where Halverson got his that easy 2 after Anderson had the ball. kicked it out to end. He had a three-point attempt, could have easily taken it. No one was around, but he saw Halverson making a nice duck into the basket, and there's an easy two. So he's an unselfish player. He's looking to attack the basket and create. And I think as a coach, you're not gonna get on him too hard for that. I mean, I'm sure he knows that wasn't maybe the best choice, but he's made lots of good decisions before.
There is Bob Hawking. We just saw the head coach, 6th season for Cal State Fullerton. He's got a sub 500 record, but that again is not really indicative of what his team has done, what talent they have. But they've been plagued by injuries, one after another, since his tenure 6 years ago has started. And they are 51-48, or 51-84, and 29-55 in Big West competition. And here they are again, setting up on offense, moving the ball around. Here's Mark Murphy off to Caldwell, and in the high post, Caldwell has a nice look, and it just rims out for him. There we go. That's exactly what we were talking about in the onset. Also, second chance points here, and that was unfortunate they let Fisher get that ball.
Fisher just battling inside, fighting for position. He was actually boxed out, kept the ball alive with a quick tip, and it bounced back into his hands, and he goes up for two, and it's hacked.
Back in is Ike Harmon, and he'll replace Matt Caldwell.
And that should be an interesting substitution. Ike Harmon having 2 fouls, and with there just under 11 minutes left in this game. I think SFU is probably going to be checking Wall. Wall should look to go to the basket, attack on him, and see if they can make him pick up his third and have him sit down again.
And here's Kevin Bryan now. He's in the game for SFU, a 6'2" junior from Calgary. Here's some nice work inside. Good decision to push it back out. Unfortunately, a bad pass there, an errant pass. And he'll go all the way, and that was a late foul. Bad decision there.
Yeah, if you're going to foul someone going to the basket, you better make darn sure that you hit them hard and they don't get that shot off. That was a little ticky-tack foul. And he's going to the basket for a three-point plays.
6'4" freshman John Stoa is the recipient of the first ticky-tack foul of the evening. Let's take a look at that.
And here we go. Morgan just catches them on the elbow, and not hard enough so that he can't get the shot off. And as a coach, those drive you crazy.
That's right, and as fans know of varsity sports here in Rogers, Carrie's synonymous with
ticky-tack fouls.
Ticky-tack fouls. So that lead is all but it actually has disappeared, and it's 19-18 now for Cal State. As SFU now setting up in their offense. And here's Wall, and he'll slip, unfortunately, and he'll be called for kicking that ball. It's a kick ball.
Well, that was a smart play, trying to just scoop the ball up, because if he didn't, it would have been probably a dunk by Harmon. It was way down the court at the other end, so smart play on Wall's part.
Unfortunately, he slipped on something there. It was just lost his footing, and these are the kind of things now we've seen. Wall loses his footing, and let's take a look at it now.
Ball just moved around, and just a little slippage there. Who knows?
Something there. Someone's maybe some sweat or something like that. But
it's unfortunate.
These are the kind of things that Clark's got to be telling his team, right, guys, just settle down. You know, that's our, we've lost our lead, but that's no big deal. We'll lose it all game. As long as we're in this one till the end. You know, now that we've had Ant, we make that bad decision under the basket, and then this unlucky break of Wall slipping. They've got to remain composed and try to stay with this team.
And it's a good timeout. Now's the time to take it. It's been a 5-point swing. Their lead is now gone, but I mean, they're only down 1, so not a big deal. 10 minutes left in this half. Now's the time to get the guys settled. You know, they're getting over those first game kind of jitters and playing a big Div 1 school, and they've been competing well, and there's no way they're going to let up now. They're going to battle to the end of this half and come out alive and kicking in the second half.
And they're by no means are they out of this game, and they've got a nice crowd here. Historically, it's not the easiest thing to get folks up here to Burnaby Mountain in the winter to watch some sporting events, but this is a very nice crowd, as the folks have heard. Division I schools in the house, and our boys are gonna try and take them.
That's great. I don't know why they struggle getting fans to a lot of collegiate games. It's you're going to see good caliber sports and athletes who are working hard, and they're not making the $1 million a year. Hundreds of millions, should I say. That's
right. Just for the love of the game here, and there's a nice move inside. Nice patience in there by Josh Fisher, and he took his time, and nice pivot, 2 points.
They are just battling down on Anderson.
He's in for now. pass in there, and that's a nice basket. Good look, a nice basket. Jeremy Neufeld with his first 2 points of the game. The junior from Chilliwack, BC.
SFU can keep doing that, knocking down some perimeter shots. It's going to definitely open it up for Anderson, who hasn't really had a chance to get many shots off other than a nice dunk earlier on in the game.
Here's Harmon now as he goes up with that one, and they're trying to get the basket to count as Harmon, once again, let's take a look at it.
This guy's just super athletic. Actually got away with the travel first.
Seemingly, yeah.
Kind of cradled the ball, took 3 steps or so, but gets a break from the official, and he's at the line.
Here's the 6'7" forward now as he drains the first one. First team all Big West Conference selection in 98-99. 6.7 rebounds and 15.7 points per game.
And I think with 11 minutes gone in this game, we can see why he was an all Big West selection. This guy's a player.
I can play for sure. He's got a nice game, and actually, speaking of game, into the game here is Chris Gill for SFU as he checked back in at the guard position. Senior from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland.
We got a newfie in the house, folks.
That's politically correct, isn't it?
Sure.
Here's the ball swung around now to Gill. Anderson passes that one off for 3. And it's just rims off the front of the rim, and unfortunately a little short for Antwi. Here's Harmon now as he'll step back and show them why you got to defend him on the outside.
And
he just walks behind the 3 and hits it.
And has a little stare down for the SFU crowd.
Just kind of reminding folks that they are indeed a Division I team. Here's Anderson's pass picked off. Unfortunately going inside, picked off by Jarrett. And here's Murphy, the other dynamic duo player in the backcourt for Cal State. Here's Jarrett now, back with the ball.
Uh-oh.
Off to Murphy, and those guys are fair enough. As they are now starting to get pretty fresh with our friends here in the crowd.
Have a little
That's a little
chat
unfortunate.
to the crowd.
Yeah. That's actually quite unfortunate, but I suppose that's the kind of role models we see in professional sports today, so why not get away with it? For you folks at home who didn't have the privilege of seeing those faces, there was some definite taunting going on here from Murphy into the crowd. Here's Anderson now as he once again tries the same pass, and Jarrett is just reading that one quite easily and breaking that one up. Ooh, Harmon dishes that one off inside, and this game is starting to get a little bit away from SFU, and Scott Clark's going to have to call a timeout. This is no longer a little bit of damage control. This is big damage control.
This is big time damage control. The dunks, the taunting of the crowd. Coach Clark has to get his boys to settle down, and
look at that Harmon up there, up in the clouds, and now off he goes to Campbell. And Campbell with the gorilla dunk. Ouch. And the house announcers just announced, the house announcer, by the way, our friend from InSport, Rob Fay, has just announced that Cal State Fullerton graduate Damon Allen is in the house.
Ooh.
I think he's got something to do Sunday.
Is this like, where's Waldo? You gotta.
Yeah, you gotta find him
Damon?
now. You gotta pick him out somewhere. Find Damon and win a free pizza.
Whoa.
Hey, anything to get the folks up here on Burnaby Mountain. And the score now, Cal State Fullerton has taken an 11-point lead all of a sudden.
Almost.
And SFU, I mean, they're just going to sleep here. That was just a very bad pass.
No. Bad call, Mr. Official.
Mr. Official is being overridden on that one. Fortunately enough, but Sean Halverson has got to really bear down and realize how quick these guys are, because that pass was just telegraphed and easily picked off.
So soft full court pressure by Cal State.
Need a little composure here and a couple of points. As they work the ball around the outside, and Anderson inside with a nice rebound. Foul on the hand, so that threw his shot off, but nice rebound, and Caldwell gets him on the hand, and good work in there by Anderson.
Yeah, good offense by SFU, working the ball around, having Chris Gill come off a double screen there. Had a good look at the basket, but didn't go, and fortunately there's Anderson in there with the big board and drawing the foul.
I might have wanted to see Anderson go up a little stronger in that one, not so much of a... Did he think he was alone on that? It looked like he went up a little with a little more finesse than that foolish kind of strength that he has.
Well, I think he was just trying to go up and over the D, and he managed to get the shot off. He did draw the foul, so hey.
Hey, stop complaining.
That's right.
By the way, I wouldn't tell him that. Nice play,
If I were
Richard.
you,
Nice play.
I wouldn't tell him that either. My money's on Anderson.
Yeah, definitely. I put my money on him too. So here's another timeout, and it's an official's timeout. So this game is has sort of come in two waves. There's this tight game at the early onset, a lot of fouls by Cal State, and we've seen since then a lot of maybe some loss of composure by SFU, but we've just seen some athleticism coming out from this Cal State team. I mean, you're just not stopping that kind of athletic ability.
Well, it's tough. I mean, you play solid defense. You're battling a guy down there. You're forcing him into what you think is a tough shot. And some of the likes of Ike Harmon or Campbell, who's just been able to elevate and go up and over you, and you know, toss in a dunk or hit a little jumper. I mean, it's a little bit frustrating when you do a good job defending and you think you're forcing him into a tough shot. They definitely have the edge on athleticism, I think, in terms of just a lot of those guys on the Cal State team could just play and elevate and go up and over the D. But that's not necessarily going to win the ball game here. SFU's just got to stick to their game plan. They've got to slow the tempo down. They're not going to look to get in a run and gun game with these guys. And defensively, they just got to keep working hard. If you work hard on D, good things are going to happen. And the offense will come. They just got to be patient.
And their next game, Cal State Fullerton, will be on Tuesday, November 23rd, as they will play versus the University of San Diego. And SFU, we can look forward to a lot of stuff coming up here on the mountain here at SFU, and also, of course, more coverage by Rogers TV, as their next game will be against Seattle Pacific. As we're back to action here, and Caldwell gets the ball on the outside. Nice tip in there, nice defensive tip by Chris Gill. So another key here has been the backcourt play, as Murphy and Jarrett have really been putting it on. A couple of key steals back here. Jarrett, as they call him, the old man, is really stepping up in the leadership kind of role here.
He's a big-time leader. He's very composed. He sets the key for offense. He's dominating on defense, putting a lot of pressure on Antwi, who's bringing up the ball. Antwi's doing a good job, but Jarrett's also doing an outstanding job of just making him work a little harder.
Here he is now. There's Caldwell with a shot. Clear looking. That'll be off SFU, and it'll be Cal State's ball. Nope, they've changed their call, and it looks like it'll go for SFU. That was a big air ball there. That was a total. I was looking for some way to be poetic about it, but that was just an air ball.
Just plain ugly.
Yep. Well, Caldwell has been far from ugly this evening. He's been outstanding, and that probably one of his few rare mistakes. Here's Antwi now on the outside for SFU. Nice look inside to Anderson. Anderson, good work following that up.
Excellent.
Again, protecting the ball on the way up, being not the biggest guy inside. He has to be creative and making sure his ball doesn't get swatted back into the third rows.
He uses his body a lot to shield off the defender.
There's Jarrett for three on the outside. As we were just saying, Jarrett is the big leader, and bang, he drains the three on the outside, and now taunting his check, Antwi on the outside. There's a nice keep, a nice shot by Jeremy Neufeld. And Caldwell running the lane well. They didn't see him, and now they get the ball to him. And he goes up strong and gets his own rebound. Nice work in there. And there's Wall with an important rebound. And Harmon with an undisciplined foul. That'll be his third, as he just swats Wall for no reason. And he's probably going to get himself a ticket back to the best seat in the house on the bench there.
He certainly did.
Sure did. Back in is Josh Fisher. So let's take a look at that replay right now. Well, here comes Harmon. Look at that.
That's just dumb.
That's just a bad foul. That's a high school foul. That's a bad high school foul. Bob Hawken can't be happy with his leader. He's staying out on the court, actually.
Sub hasn't been allowed into the game yet. I guess he got to the score table too late, so the official's not allowing him into the game.
There's Wall now.
There we go.
They're in the bonus, so he hits the first one. There's the sub now.
Player of Ike Harmon's caliber should know better than to do a foul like that. If this were a big-time game, meaning that championship game, and your big player gets his third foul on that sort of situation.
With 6 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah.
Any time in the game, really. But
No, it's just bad news.
here's Caldwell now. Ball is mishandled as it goes out of bound, and good call. It'll remain Cal State's. As Jarrett knew very well that they'd be keeping that ball. Here's Murphy, his partner in the backcourt, back into the game. Here's Murphy now down in the corner with it at the Caldwell, and he works hard up against Anderson. And
He just plowed in
there's
there.
a couple of big boys in there, and he just moved our big friend Anderson right out of the way and went in there. He got a nice lay-in. And here's your turn.
Oh, there we go.
Right back at you, big guy.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Oh, nice
Whoops.
pass.
Coming in off
Whoopsies.
the bench, Murphy's a little rusty there as he lets that one slip out of his hands and just disappear. Might have heard you singing. That's probably what happened.
Actually, I just noticed about 50 people left our section.
Here's Antwi now as he's put a little spice on his dribble there. It's the ball now on the outside. Antwi once again down in the corner. Looking to move that ball around. Nice dish inside. Halverson gets blocked, and that did look like goaltending, but no call by the official. Here's Murphy now as he gets the defenders to come out to him at the three-point line and dishes it in. And here's Jarrett for his second three-pointer. That one rims out. Wall once again.
Wow.
Really working well inside. Wall getting those rebounds for SFU.
He's working hard. All these
Here's
guys
a
are.
clear look at a three, and nice decision. Hufeld takes it. Here's Wall. Nice work in and around. And nice, good-looking play there. As Wall uses the rim once again, not to get blocked, and scores himself a couple of points.
Uh-oh.
No call as Anderson stood there and waited for it. And Jarrett looks for the foul, but I think he's lucky he didn't get called there. And here's Murphy. And again, SFU goes to sleep. They've got to realize this guy's, there's no time, no downtime here.
These guards are quick. They just sort of lull you and look like they're not going to be in there. Then boom, step in. Murphy gets a steal in too. And
They've got a real sense for the game. They're lightning quick, but they've also got that sense. They know what's going on when the players are down, and they're just sort of lackadaisical, and they're really, really keying on that this evening. 10-point lead here with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the first half.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Antwi looking to create.
Antwi,
oh,
wow,
my goodness.
wow.
Oh, that's
Nice
great.
play, nice under the. Oh, nice back this way, and wow, what a pass inside. As Brandon Campbell found Matt Caldwell inside, and that was just a sweet play to counter that sweet play at the other end.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully we'll see this one again. That was a good dish. Cal
Again,
State, after a great penetration by Antwi, last second score. They didn't waste any time, pushed the ball down the court, and had a nice dunk at
got
the
off
other end.
and running, and they've hit a couple of shots from the outside. The SFU's respecting that, and they keep filling the lanes, and poof, all of a sudden, monster gorilla dunk and the foul.
Well, they're sticking to their game plan to a T. Coach Hawkins wanted them to push the ball. They're doing that after every score on steals. They're playing the transition game perfectly right now.
And Anderson brings that one in as Caldwell can't capitalize on the three-point play. Oh, Anthony lost. Got off his feet and lost himself any options there.
Yeah, as a passer, creator, anytime you get yourself in the air, you're gonna put yourself in a bad position. Passing lane's gonna shut down, and you're up in the air there, and running out of options. So we had to try and toss that one up in the air, and just didn't work out.
And I think again that's just indicative of the speed of this team. This game, they're playing Cal State, who's a lot faster. I'm sure the caliber is just that much greater than what they're used to here at SFU. And they just collapsed on him before he could even think. He was looking at the rim the whole way.
Only down by 10 though, 3 minutes left in the half.
This is definitely a game. There's Antwi now on the outside. SFU once again being patient in their offense. And Neufeld, three-point threat, takes a couple steps, and in that same spot on the floor, he loses his footing and turns that ball over. They work the clock down to about 10 seconds left, and turn it over.
Cal State doing a good job defensively of making SFU use up a lot of the shot clock. Here we see
Here's the good replay.
Neufeld trying to penetrate. And I can credit that travel to a Cal State player who jumped in there. Din jumped in there, shut down some more passing lanes, kind of threw a little double team at him and forced a turnover.
42-32 here as Cal State Fullerton is up here visiting the Simon Fraser, the University Clan, as they are, it's their home opener this evening, and SFU
I believe so, yeah.
SFU has got a nice crowd up here and nice support of collegiate basketball here. As of course SFU plays in the NAIA as opposed to our friends on the other side of town, the Thunderbirds, who play in the CIAU. You know a bit about that, having played. I'm William Davis, joined by Kerry Carlson. Just for those who are watching, Kerry Carlson was all-world, weren't you, with UBC?
I'm not sure. It was a very small world then. That's what it was.
And only your family was voting?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah. Family and I think a couple friends.
Gotcha. So this is, we're pleased here at Rogers TV to bring you, once again, varsity sports, and we'll be back up here in Burnaby Mountain to show you more basketball, and of course out at the Thunderbird Stadium for more of their hard knocks basketball in the CIAU. And here's Murphy now as we're down to about 2 minutes 44 seconds here in this game as Cal State is leading SFU by 10. There's that same pass Campbell tries into Caldwell. Nothing doing this time. And SFU wisely slows her down. Anderson to Wall on the outside. Nice look inside. Oh, it's just a nice play all around. And there's our friend Halverson. And I believe he has 10 points now. And he's being the recipient of some really wise decisions here by the Klansmen. Murphy, boy, he'll just go at any time.
Oh,
nice work there. Anderson was battling away. It looked like he had that one, and then a nice strip inside by Kevin Bryant for the Clan.
Din inbounding the ball. Oh.
Miss Campbell almost losing the ball as Wall was working his hands up there. Bryant tried for the steal and left his man in there, and Din will hit an open shot from the foul line. As Cal State, it's either Cal State is maintaining this 10-point lead or SFU sticking around and staying in this one. Just 10 back here. Ball into Anderson, and that'll be a foul on Din, I believe, as he come in and...
Certainly should be. He was hanging off his arms.
That's right. Nothing more annoying for those big guys in there than just some smaller kind of...
Little gnats that kind of just trying to swat away and get out of here and trying to catch the ball.
Hey, you don't just see him working here? Let's take a look at that, actually. Here's Big Anderson. He gets the ball. That's a nice tip there by Caldwell. And,
Caldwell playing a decent defense, just playing behind.
Just tipping, and then his little friend from the guard position comes in, Din, and almost takes away with it. Here's Anderson missing the first one. He's had some issues around foul shooting up here. Anderson has. As a big man inside, he gets to that foul line often enough and missed a few.
Yeah.
There's a lane violation there. Anderson's gonna have to hit them this evening if they're gonna have any hope of winning.
Well, free throws are gimmies, basically. You know, you gotta knock them down. If you're gonna get put to the line, you have to make the team beat the other team.
And he hits 1 for 2 there. Here's Murphy now, just blowing by Neufeld.
SFU needs to get a stop here.
Campbell on the outside. And Anderson gets a nice board. And there's a good look. No. To go to Neufeld. Up to Alverson. Alverson can't finish. Nice work by Campbell to mess his shot up there, trying to take that charge foul. And here's Cal State now calling a timeout, a 30-second timeout, as I think they might want to get a few thoughts together here with the final minute 16 here. Up by 9. Maybe trying a few things. Let's be honest. They must be trying out a few things here in a preseason game. Out of conference, out of country, why
We
not?
got it. I think both teams are. I mean, we've seen a relatively large amount of substitutions. They're looking to do probably some different things offensively, defensively. They're probably going to talk about some sort of late hit shots or plays they're going to set up here. So you don't have to call another timeout down the end of the half. And let's see what happens this next 1 minute and 16 seconds. SFU down by 9.
Well, Harmon's been, of course, Ike Harmon, the all-conference player from last year, has really been, well, I can't say missed. They're still up by 9, but when he's in the game, he's a dominant player. Of course, they picked up the slack, but they'd love to see him back in there. And there's Jarrett. Wow, that guy can. These guys can play. That was a nice work there inside into Fisher, and unfortunately for SFU,
everywhere. Just bothered Wall on the rebound and forced him to travel. Wall, of course, not liking that call, but nonetheless, Cal State's going to have the ball on the end line.
And it's been like that on these key plays, inbound passes, rebounds, just maybe some sure passes. What usually are sure passes on the offense are being picked off. Cal State is winning that game, that game of smarts and width inside and all over the court.
They're not letting SFU get anything easy. They're not letting little inbound passes just be, okay, here you go, give it to the team, let them bring it up. They're making them work for everything.
Here's the old man, Jarrett. Oh, not Scott Clark, mind you. I don't want to get in Scott Clark's bad books, but Jarrett, the field general, is referred to fondly as the old man. There's a nice play by Murphy, dealing it off to Campbell, and Campbell with a nice spin and with some ups, drains a nice basket. Here's Kevin Bryant seeing some important minutes here this evening. Back with the ball on the other side of the court now. Off the wall for 3. And he'll drain that.
They needed that.
Big lefty's having quite a game this evening for his Klansmen.
And they just added the score onto the wrong side. On the game clock, it should be 46-38. Cal State leading SFU.
14 seconds left here as Cal State's obviously looking for the last shot. Jared will keep it outside until such time. And here they come now. Jared will take it all the way alone. His stutter stepping just burnt the Klan there, and at halftime, we've got a 38-48 score as Cal State has taken a 10-point lead. And what a game we have going for us this evening, and we haven't been disappointed by the athletic abilities here this evening.
No, we haven't. Both teams really battling hard, putting on a good show, and for all the swagger and chatting and taunting that Cal State's been putting on, you'd think they'd have a 50-point lead. SFU's given them a great game, and look to them to recoup at half and come out swinging again second half.
Well, folks, we've got a great halftime show for you. Your score is 48-38 for Cal State Fullerton. Stick around, folks. There'll be a great second half here on Rogers Television Sports.
If a group of people were meeting to decide the future of development in your community, your neighborhood, on your street, would you want to know what was going on? City Council coverage on Rogers Television. It's real, it's important, it's your life.
I don't think people are realizing that they're saying these things. They're just part of their everyday vocabulary.
Then some people would say that, hey, you black girl, you can't play with me.
Cross-cultural. Take an interest in your world.
I'm Fiona Forbes, host of Daytime. You never know what will happen on our show. Music, wrestling, even wildlife. Join us and find out for yourself. Watch Daytime Monday through Friday live at noon on Rogers Television.
Coach Bob Corbett, assistant coach of the Simon Fraser Klansmen. You're down by 10 after the first half. What is your assessment of the first half?
Oh, we're playing a very quick, big, talented team, and they've hit some outside shots, and we've lost them in the transition to leave them some open shots in the first half. And that's something we got to clean up if we're going to be able to come back and win this game. And we just had a couple of mental lapses, and against Division I teams, you have a mental lapse, you're down 10 points real quick. And that's really the issue for us right now to clean up.
What do you think you did that was positive? Because you stayed very close for the first half of that first half.
I thought we guarded guys pretty hard for quite a while and stayed with them. I thought we ran our offense fairly effectively for quite a while and kept control of the ball, and that stopped them from running. But we had a couple of bad turnovers in the open court, and then they get running, they get on a bit of a roll, we lose them in transition. So we're going to have to go back to controlling the ball and making sure we don't turn it over quite as easily and get back to the really good defense we were playing.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half. After one half of play at Simon Fraser University, it's the Titans over the Klansmen 48-38. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Fiona Forbes.
And I'm Michael Eckford. We're the hosts of Daytime.
You never know what you'll find out on our show.
From demonstrations and fashion trends
to workout routines and health tips.
Join us
and find out for yourself.
Monday through Friday, live at noon.
On Rogers Television.
Undemocratic land expropriations.
And that, I think, is a violation of justice.
Unfair trade agreements.
Because corporations are not nations.
Global justice. Sundays at 11 a.m.
I always told myself that my kids on the street.
We're with Damon Allen, the quarterback for the BC Lions. Damon, so far you've had an outstanding year and have got to be pretty proud of what the team has done.
Well, we're excited about this week, so we're really looking forward to playing Calgary in the Western Final, and it's something we envision from day one.
Let's talk about your college days, because you're a graduate of Cal State Fullerton, and not too long ago. We don't want to say how long ago. What do you remember about going to Cal State, and what do you think the impact it had on your life?
Well, during the years I was at Cal State, they had a very good basketball team, and one of my roommates was Leon Wood, so it was the great Leon Wood at Cal State Fullerton, and it was really a good time and during that time, so it was really nice to give support to a team that is in Canada and also a team that you attended.
Do you keep contact with a lot of the players that you played with down in Cal State?
Well, pretty much. I keep in contact with Leon. Now he's a referee, so I try to keep in touch with that. But like I said before, it's just really nice to support your school, especially when you're an alumni at a school, to give support in Canada.
Damon, let me just ask you a question. How many more years is Damon Allen going to play? The rumor I had was you're going to play one more than your brother, and you've done that by, what, 2 now?
No, I haven't. This is my 15th season, so I need one more just to time. But I'm excited about the future of the BC Lions and even myself. So hopefully, I take it one at a time.
What do you think about tonight's game? What is your impression of the two teams?
Well, so far it's exciting. I guess both teams, when you're watching basketball, and I'm a fan of basketball and also the NBA too. So regardless of if I don't know any of the individuals, as long as it's good basketball being played, I'm a fan of it.
All right, Damon, congratulations on an outstanding year. Look forward to seeing you a little bit further down the road. We'll be back with more varsity basketball action in just a moment.
It's about living from crisis to crisis. It's just intense. I mean, part of it is the drugs and alcohol, but part of it's the action. Who did I rip off? Who did I lie to? Who's looking for me?
Trading. What would you look at in terms of what
the assets prior to distribution?
Did you find real value?
The 3.8% rise.
Money talks. When Chris Tidd talks about money, you should be listening.
Hey man, there's a huge rager at Sam's house Wednesday at 4:30.
Wednesday, 4:30? But Mestiza's on.
Oh yeah, Brianne and Amanda.
Shagadelic, baby.
Mestiza, Wednesdays at 4:30.
Well, Coach, you're up by 10 points after the first half. Any adjustments you're going to have to make in the second half, and what did you think of them so far?
Well, I think Simon Fraser's played really well. We have to shore up a little bit defensively. We felt like we had some loose ends out there. And on the offensive end, this is our first game. We haven't had any exhibition games, so we got to need to get a couple of the kinks out there as well. But hopefully we can at least maintain the lead as we go through the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half. And we're going to go upstairs to William and Kerry for second half coverage.
Well, thank you, Keith. And it's about time. Well, it is about time, Keith. And so here we are. And we're ready for the second half as Cal State Fullerton will and have inbounded the ball. It's a 10-point lead here, of course, for Cal State. And this game is quite a tight one. We'll get to look at the first half stats in a moment. But right now, once again, Cal State is looking to set up, and there's Harmon inside. And, ooh, boy. Wow.
Elevate, hang,
Harmon
get
inside.
fouled, shoot the ball, go to the line. Oh my goodness.
Now that was sweet. That was something else. There's this here. We'll look at that hopefully on replay in a minute. But here are the stats from the first half. And something that jumps out at me immediately is that three-pointers. 12 of their 48 points coming from the behind the stripe there, the three-point line.
And a lot of that came from the fact that the Titans are looking to that inside-outside game. They go inside first. The big guys, they don't have anything easy. They kick it out, and the guards have been hugging the three-point line and been able to toss them up with a lot of accuracy tonight.
And that was Harmon hitting and completing the three-point play, and he's got 15 points for the game. Nice movement around there, and his wall inside, and he's fouled it from behind, I believe, by Campbell. A nice movement of the ball around and swing it around and get it back inside.
Cal State Fullerton foul to number 25, Brandon Campbell.
Here's the replay, and there we saw here's the foul right there. Could have gone either way, I suppose.
Yeah. There we go.
There's Wall now, and he's got 13 points for the evening as he scored 12 there in the first half, and he's having himself quite a game.
He's also dished out 4 assists as well. So not only is he doing lots of scoring, but he's setting up his teammates for scores as well.
And let's just add in another stat. He's leading his team in rebounding. Superman for SFU this evening. Here's Cal State now whipping the ball around. It seems to be coming around real crisp. There's Murphy inside to Caldwell, and nice look, but Campbell loses the ball, and I think it was just a bit behind him there. It might have been as Caldwell points to himself, he may have just
lost the handle. That's a good thing because Chris Gill got beat. Well, what's going on here?
Miscue SFU, but nothing comes of it, and they start that thing all over again. Here's Antwi now on the outside as he'll give it to Wall. Wall looking outside, and there's Harmon with the nice block, and he's off to the races and
excellent patience.
Holds up as Neufeld is being a bit of a pain to him. And Campbell gets that rebound. Good work. Good work, out hustled this man, and then managed to garner himself a foul there as Chris Gill missed his assignment and then turned around and fouled him.
I said good patience when Harmon pulled up. Thought he was going to force the action a little bit, but he ends up taking a bad shot anyways with 4 SFU rebounders under the basket, and somehow Campbell ends up with the ball and is now at the line.
Campbell hits that one, and Campbell finished the first half himself with 6 points, and he's been a key player. He's been around. He made that one just sweet pass underneath there to Caldwell on the dunk and foul late in the first half. He's been having a solid game. He's a solid starter for this team, the sophomore. And he'll miss that second one, and here's SFU now coming back down. Get that ball finally in the Anderson, who's yelling for it, and he'll get up. Good look, good shot, and there's Wall. Good work inside. Another rebound by the that brave man in there. He's not necessarily the biggest guy on the floor. He's certainly is crafty and intelligent, and knows how to play, but he's certainly not the big boy in there, but he's getting all the rebounds.
Well, he's fighting for position and just battling in there, and that's what you have to do when you're rebounding. When you're rebounding against bigger, stronger teams, you just gotta keep pushing and battling, and there's been a lot of that going on tonight.
He was going up strong there against some big boys, and he got called to hack him in the arms there for his third foul. So there's Wall hitting the second one as he comes out of the gates for his team again. Travel inside, big time travel. Big time travel. He doesn't seem to agree, but
trying to do the little, what's called as a pro hop, a step, and then a hop onto 2 feet, but he takes like about 4 extra steps.
And he started in
no
Vancouver,
doubting
ended
that
up
was
here
a
in
job.
Burnaby on that one. Travel. We see Peter Morgan has checked into the game for SFU for the first time this evening. So SFU trying to mix things up a bit here. There's Antwi off the wall. There's nothing being mixed up here, as Wall has been their man, their go-to guy this evening. Morgan outside to Antwi, who's got a nice look, and he'll drain that all night. Good ball movement there once again.
Unselfish SFU, moving the ball around, and hey, someone zigged when they should have zagged, and SFU has the ball.
Harmon knocked himself out of the play there.
This
and
could
SFU
be the
starting to get a little hyper.
swing of momentum we need. Richard Anderson hyping up his team by a little holler, clap in the hands, trying to get his team going here. Down 9. Oh.
And it's a jump ball. Possession arrow is going for SFU, but that's...
Anderson's got to expect this happened all the first half, starting in the second half. Every time he touches the ball, it's his defender plus another, if not plus 2. So he's got to protect the basketball. He's going to get nothing easy. Sending 2 and 3 guys at him all night.
Here's Antwi outside for 3, and just off. And there's Anderson inside with a big rebound.
Awesome board.
He powers his way back up over Campbell and in for 2. Good work in there. Oh boy. Travel, good call there.
Excellent. Here we
Josh
go.
Fisher there with the travel, and that again was another nice call. It was just that little tip the Simon Fraser player just tipped the ball out of his control, and he sort of walked with it. And good call by the ref there, and the
and here we go.
Momentum switch in here.
And Antwi's going to have some looks at the basket as Jared, his check seems to be doubling down on Anderson wherever he goes, leaving Antwi out wide. Here we see Jared hanging on. Oh, now steps up for the big steal. He's quick enough to be able to recover by the time his check Antwi gets the ball.
And he recognizes what the other player's thinking, it seems, and just
got
has
good
that sixth
instincts.
sense.
Yeah.
Turn around, Richard. No, he doesn't turn around, and the ball isn't bounded anyway to Antwi. Here's Morgan now on the outside. He'll give it back to Antwi.
4 seconds, 3 seconds.
He'll take the shot.
Oh,
it's tipped.
Campbell got in.
And a 35-second clock violation, and Cal State will take over. So Jared got a bit of a tip on that one and made sure it didn't even come near the rim. So good patience, but just a little too much patience on that one for SFU. Here's Murphy now inside to Fisher. Fisher works hard. Almost puts himself behind the basket, but
Goodness, nice soft touch by the big guy.
good work. Banging in there with Anderson, and then puts a nice touch on it. And a foul on Fisher as he and Anderson once again getting into it down low there.
Fisher not sure what he really did to deserve that call, but gets a little bit too much pushing and shoving.
Of course, there's a foul there, but Anderson was working hard on that one and battling, and what hands. The ball's sipping in there, and he still tips it back to himself. He's going in to finish that play off, but of course the foul is called. His Wall turns right around, rains a 3. He can feel it tonight.
Just locks that pivot, put into place, catches, turns.
Somewhat unorthodox kind of
Well, it's those
style at
lefties,
times.
you know?
That's right.
You guys all look kind of weird when you do stuff.
That's just the way it goes. Oh, nice.
Oh, that.
No, not nice. hot dogging.
Okay, unnecessary, yeah.
Neufeld trying to outmaneuver his defender there and just kind of outmaneuvered his own man, who was not expecting him to try some Harlem Globetrotter play. There's some sweat under the net there, and they just want to make sure they clean that out. And officials will call a timeout here with 15:31 left here in the second half. The Clan have kept themselves in this game, and we're down to a 6-point lead.
They've come out swinging again to start the second half, and they're going to have to keep this pace up. Defensively, they've been doing a good job denying the passing lanes, not letting Jared set up, get anything easy, although they have allowed a few penetrations. The last couple possessions by Cal State, they're going to have to tighten up and keep working. This isn't going to be an easy game to get back into, being down 6. They're going to have to keep fighting for every basket. And here we see SFU student miss a half-court shot.
They've got a nice atmosphere up at here on the mountain, and they do try to get the fans into it, as they have some contests and such. And so I know some high school teams come up here. I know a lot of high school players come up, especially for the women's game, as they come up to see Allison McNeil and see what's going on. Maybe better know that they're in town. Let's take a look at this. There's that unorthodox shot by Wall there.
Coming off the screen. Nice little down screen from the post, pops straight up to the top of the 3.
Plants that pivot foot, like you said, and uncorks the big 3. And
they've run that play a few times for him, and hey, keep going to it.
Keep going for sure.
It's working for him.
He's got 6 points already this half, and he's got more than half of SFU's points here in the second half, and he's coming up to 20 points here. And he's the big gamer we were talking about at the early onset. Here's Murphy. And boy, the thing that may be different here too is, that's right, and they've got all the talent at every position here, this Cal State team, and that may be the difference. Here's Anderson on the outside. Antwi with a clear look for a 3, and he rims out, and there's Wall again with the rebound. And Anderson just misses that one, and here they come running and gunning. It's Harmon up to Murphy. And they try for the shake and bake, and nothing doing, as SFU is back. And guess who's back? Superman, Mr. Wall, back there for his team to shut that thing down. David Wall having an impressive evening, as they look for him again on that same pass up front, but nothing doing. There's Antwi, puts it inside to Anderson.
Whoops.
Unfortunately, a little too much spice on that one, passing back out. And here's Anderson inside. And Harmon works hard in there, boy. He works hard in there on Peter Morgan and keeps that board, as he's been a little more quiet this second half. Of course, with 3 fouls, he's got to remain kind of silent. There's Fisher missing, and
good box up by Morgan.
Morgan working hard in there. Nice keeping. He got that ball up there quick coming around the corner, because Fisher, the big guy, was waiting to swat it back into the 3rd row, but he got up there real quick and just nice short release, and it's good for 2 as SFU's remaining in this one now, down by 6. There's Jarrett, a couple of pump fakes. Looking for Campbell in there, and the ball is tipped.
No, it was tipped by Cal State.
It was tipped by SFU, and once again the rest
I have selective vision sometimes. I just see what I want to see.
And Richard Anderson and David Wall will get their first break of the evening. They're coming out of the game here with 13:53 left in the game. No doubt Scott Clark is getting back there to get maybe to get their win back, and maybe give them a few pointers, a few key plays that they may want to be trying later on in the game. And
but we've
this
got
is going to be a
Halverson
pivotal
in the
time.
game here, who's racked up some points in the first half, and hopefully do the same in the second half, along with Chris Gill, Neufeld.
And Antwi and Morgan round out the 5 here for SFU, as they are going to have to hold their ground here if they want to remain in this game. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Ball inside. Here's Murphy, who's not afraid to shoot from the outside. Jared again behind the arch. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They're not going to get this off. Oh, boy.
Gill will get called for a
Tough
foul,
foul,
and that is Scott Clark's going nuts on the sideline, and I don't blame him. 1 second left.
Gill called on the body there, and there was no time on the shot clock. That was at best just a bad call.
Here we see ball being worked down low.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what? That could have been called offensive. Hooking his arm around Gill there. That just was a bad call, but I guess, you know, the official's not looking at the score clock. He's trying to call what he sees. Chris Gill not happy with that call, probably not happy with himself, but.
And he'll be out of the game, and no quicker than you can turn around. David Wall's back in, as he had a short breather there, and he's back in the game. And probably just a few key words of advice and some maybe just settle him down. Let him know that they need him down the stretch here, and he's back out there.
SFU down 6 points.
It's the ball being worked around very nicely right now as Antwi on the outside, as he has Wall. Wall being hassled there by Campbell. And he'll be called for it, and I think rightfully so. There's good D, and then there's that kind of annoying D. Let's take a look at it right here.
Well, Campbell's up in Wall's face and just keeping the ball moving, and he gets up to a point where you got to basically attack it because you're going to be able to draw the foul.
Well, from that angle, we didn't necessarily see the handwork. From our angle where we're sitting, we could certainly see.
Well, as a defender, if you start to jam a guy and you're up so tight and he still has the trouble, he's just going to spin on you and you're probably going to foul him, or you're just going to get beat real bad, and that's what happened.
Here's Antwi from the outside, and he just misses the three, and Morgan's
White
working
ball.
inside. And Richard Anderson is back in the game. Is congratulating Morgan on some nice, strong work in there.
Morgan's battling hard there. He's doing a good job posting up. He's not getting the ball and not getting too many looks, but he's doing a good job working in there and battling on the board.
6'6", 230-pounder. Now there's the dynamic duo in the backcourt as Jarrett just shake and bake, and
that guy's quick.
Got Murphy there on the filling in the lane to score an easy two as Cal State take an important 8-point lead here with 12 minutes and 30 seconds left. There's Anderson from the high key, and he'll go to the bank, and that's probably not where you want to go to the bank from, but nothing doing there on the brick. Here's Campbell on the outside. He won't miss that up as he'll dipsy doodle in and out. There's Anderson getting that rebound off the wall, and they're staying in it. By no means is Cal State putting the boots to them. Here's Antwi now as he'll get fouled by Jarrett for sure. Always surprised how basketball players can make that look as if, what did I do? When they push a guy halfway across the gym.
Sort of, there's a course actually in that.
Is there?
What are you talking about? 101.
And of course you were a graduate of that in honors, I heard. But ref. That's another course.
Who, me?
Here's Wall now.
That's the master's level.
That's the master's level. Wall now with another look.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing but net.
That is huge. Cuts the Cal State Fullerton lead to 5 points with 11:45 left in the game.
There's some nice D by SFU, and Cal State will turn this one over. And SFU will have a chance to climb even closer.
A little bit of swinging momentum here. SFU's got some good stops, hit some big shots. Wall hitting a number of threes these last few minutes.
Wall now with 21 points as the ref calls a timeout. It's an official's timeout, and there's something wrong with the clock, I believe.
30-second clock. It didn't start till late. There was 26 seconds on the clock, and I think a lot more time had run off it.
Officials timeout. Yeah, they are checking. They reset the clock to 11:32 as the ref decided it'd be the best time to call a timeout. So as we were saying, Wall, who had one three-pointer in the first half, has got a couple more in this, and of course made the three-point play being fouled. So he's up over 20 points, and he's the big gamer we were talking about early on, and someone that boys could ride this on their shoulders, or he could ride the team on his shoulders.
You got it. SFU's got to hop on his coattails because he'll be the leader of this team here. Here we see him toes hugging the line there for three. Nice shot.
He had to have his toes squinched up in his shoes for that one.
And the cheerleaders of SFU were tossing out chocolate bars. Hey, right here.
And
we're
believe
totally
me,
getting
folks,
ignored.
Carrie is totally sucking up to cheerleaders here, trying to get free chocolate.
Why aren't you doing it?
I
Work it, man. We could get some chocolate. Getting totally ignored.
The cheerleaders are not liking the TV, folks. So there we have it. Once again, the atmosphere up here is just wonderful as the school really gets behind their team. And of course, I guess that's leftovers from Halloween. So you're just going to have
Probably
to...
stale anyways. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there.
Speaking of stale, actually, Cal State has come out not as you know, taunting, not as energetic, not as... They don't have that same jump as they had in the first half.
They don't. I'm impressed with that segue. That was very good.
Isn't that good?
That was good. But you know what? You're right. I think they've, you know, sort of thought they're going to walk away with this one. And we talked about it in the pregame. Their coach mentioned it. They can't take these guys lightly. SFU is not going to just, you know, roll over and die. They're going to keep fighting. They got a huge crowd here to perform for, so there's no way they're just going to let this one go.
Here's Wall now as he makes a cut and a pass back. Morgan. Head fake, nice pass inside to Anderson. Good work in there, good patience. Nice fake up, and Anderson's constantly working, trying to get his position, and sure enough does inside. And
credit that basket to Morgan. He's done a good job coming in here. He's been working hard on he hasn't had a lot of looks.
And a travel there on Harmon, and he doesn't like that.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
Let's take a look at that travel here. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Lifted up his pivot foot before he put the ball down.
Unless there's been a rule change and you're allowed 4 steps before actually dribbling. I think that was a travel. There's Neufeld now to Wall, and Wall just unconscious. Just turns and shoots. He might have wanted to hold that one. Oh, Morgan. Wow! Morgan with a nice save. The tip defensively and then the save. And here's Neufeld trying to turn the corner, and a good call on the block. And he counts it.
This is apparently the NBA, folks. We get continuation here. That's fantastic.
Neufeld, why not shoot it? And he does. Here comes Morgan down here. Keep this rolling, boys. Keep this thing going. There's the shave.
Neufeld goes coast to coast, keeps his dribble. Excellent.
Nice call, actually. That was very nice. Neufeld now has a chance to tie this game up with 10:32 left here in the second half.
Crowd will go nuts if he makes this.
And he drains it.
Woo. That's a pretty sound.
58-58 and nothing but net. As SFU have found themselves in a game here with a Division I school, Cal State Fullerton. Here's Caldwell. We haven't called his name a lot here in the second half as he's finally given the ball inside, and easy turn and basket for him.
I'd like to see Anderson try and move that guy off the block because he seems to just get that low block spot whenever he wants it. Anderson doesn't have any fouls in the game, so I think defensively he needs to be a little more physical and try and move some bodies in there. And if it takes getting 3 fouls.
And is unconscious. He's come in and been a role player, but now he's stepped up and gotten his team to lead. 61-60 here for the Klansmen.
He has been huge this second half.
There's Campbell now as he'll miss, and the ball is tipped.
Should be Cal State's ball.
Cal State's ball. Good call by the ref there. Wow. Morgan down here, not only being the role player and coming back and hustling and playing, but here, let's take a look at his 3-pointer. Oh, no, sorry, this is
Campbell taking it hard to the hoop. Wall gets bodied under the hoop by Harmon, and just tips off his fingers. Morgan's in there, too, fighting for the ball.
Here's Harmon now. And he's got the
bad shot.
Got a terrible-looking shot. Caldwell can't finish. Morgan tries to get it, but Campbell will take the ball and collect it and bring it back outside. And there's the little general, the old man, Jarrett, calming his players down.
Scary to call a 23-year-old old. Does that make sense? The crowd helping him out on the defensive effort.
Unconsciously just turns around and shoots it, and Neufeld gets whacked in the head there. And Caldwell was by no means trying to hurt him, but he really whacked that kid in the head.
He's just playing hard. He's a competitor, and he's a bit of a tough guy. He's got the tattoos. He's got the strut, you know. He's got a little facial hair.
And then we've got our young friend Neufeld, who certainly doesn't look like the same kind of tough guy as as our friend Caldwell, who will take a breather here on that one. Maybe sit down and think about things because he's got 4 fouls, actually.
I don't think Caldwell knows what it means to sort of rest or coast. You know, that guy, every second he's been on the floor, he's been busting his buns, working hard, fighting, pushing, shoving. He just plays hard.
Here's the young man, the junior from Chilliwack, At guard, 6'2". And Neufeld hits that one. He doesn't have to look tough. He's acting tough here on the court and really carrying his team here. He and Morgan have stepped it up in the last few minutes. They've been held in here by Wall, and now the other players are being key players to keep this team going. And here's Neufeld's second shot now as he's trying to stretch the lead to 3, and sure enough, nothing but net. 9 minutes and 14 seconds left, and SFU is finding themselves up by 3 here. Here's Harmon now, who's been quiet in the second half. Campbell, the steady starter here. Jarrett finding Harmon all alone with Wall guarding him. Harmon stays outside. Good work by Anderson there and gets the rebound. And a nice stop and good work by Wall there as he didn't fall for any of those fakes by Harmon. Seems like Harmon's gone into a lull. He's not imaginative. He's not making plays.
He's just trying to force the issue a bit.
Nothing born about that as
that was sweet.
David Wall scores an important basket, and Cal State will call it timeout. 5-point lead with 8:31 left here in the second half as SFU have rolled up their sleeves here. They're, of course, they don't have any sleeves, but they've really started putting the boots to them here.
Here we see Dave Wall getting the ball off a little curl screen. Steps through 2 defenders and goes up with that little left hand, kisses it off the glass, and that was just a pretty basket. Puts his team up by 5, gets the crowd going, gets the team going. We got a game. Everybody's psyched. I believe he has 23 points now in the game. And like you say, I mean, he's the lefty. It looks like you're playing the mirror there. and that's probably what got him that extra step, because it just looked like everybody froze on him. And he made a nice little move up and under. And all of a sudden, this team is for real, and they're up by 5. And this is an important game to finish hard on here. This is important to set the tone on the year. Coming off that 7-22 season, SFU wants to win this one. Absolutely. It's a great way to start off a year, beating a Div 1 school in your home gym with a big crowd. Stop him all night. He's going to score some of them. And Scott Clark is up off the bench letting his players know that's all right. We did the work we were supposed to. Dave Wall getting called for the foul. Got his body underneath Harmon as he was elevating. He did do his job, though. He did, you know, you can only stop this guy with that talent so many times. And then nothing but net for gain. Here's Antwi now. Some pressure on the ball, but nothing like we saw in the first half, which really begs the question: why aren't the Cal State Fullerton team doing that full court press that seemed to be so effective in the first half? Murphy pleads his case with the ref, and sure enough, Antwi touched the ball last and out of bounds, and Cal State will take over. Again, one of those small little plays that seems to be. Cal State is just a bit better at winning those little battles. Those Cal State guards, they're just smart. They play smart. They got a little more experience. They've just got the edge on the SFU guards, I think, at this point in the game. And not that the SFU guards have done a poor job, but they just, you know, been a little outsmarted, been just a little outmatched. Slightly outmatched here. And let's take a look at the replay here on Harmon's basket, the 3-point play. Ball just kind of sticks out the belly a little bit. A little bit of a push there. That was probably a better no call, but unfortunately it was. Yeah. And speaking of this Cal State team, I mean, they are a Division I team, and they do recruit and get the best players available, you know, of course, in order of things. As we know, Cal State Fullerton isn't the premier Division I team like a Duke or a North Carolina, but they do indeed get the best players in their area, you know, in Orange County. And looking at their program before the game, they've got high school athletes here that are in the Junior Pan American Games for high jumping and track. They've got ex-gymnasts, they've got players that played 3 sports and so on. They've just got a whole crop of athletes who just so happens they can also play basketball. I mean, they've got, like you said, track stars and baseball stars. Got it. Even the gymnastics, I mean, and these guys are all, of course, not all of them, but most of them are scholarship players. And
this is a great accomplishment here this evening for the Klansmen to be in this game against this Div 1 team. Here's Murphy now. They're looking for Harmon. They keep going to him, and rightfully so. I mean, he's their man. And he paints himself in a corner, but somehow gets the shot off and shoots from the floor. Of course, that's continuation, but that's ridiculous. That won't be coming back. Good work there. He kept up with it. Let's take a look at it and see what that mess was all about. There's the miss.
Harmon getting the board, going up. He does get hammered, and it was just a little bit of a late call, but it was a good call.
It was a good call. Unfortunately, was on the wrong guy, I think, but Halverson will take that foul. Ike Harmon, all conference last year, and just a wonderful player and a treat to watch this evening. He's got some really athletic, smooth moves. And here is that full court press I was mentioning, and it's back on. Halverson now taking his time. And Antwi will get the ball across to Halverson. Here's Anderson. Good work. Very calmly get it across. Halverson. He's taking that dribble, but it works out in the end. Whatever works.
You got it. Just trying to gather his feet so he doesn't travel. Uh-oh.
That's a big miss, and Wall with the rebound.
Harmon trying to go with the tie, the three-pointer. And SFU slowing it down.
Slowing it right down. And
gonna work around their offense here.
Maybe remind Cal State that they're behind. And there's Wall with the good work. And Campbell will be called on it as Anderson once again gets stripped low, but Wall follows up.
He's had lots of trouble at that high post. There's been Jared, and mostly Jared doubling down on him when he's got the ball, just kind of being a little bit of a pest and irritating a bit up there and forcing some turnovers. And there he is again.
As Anderson just sort of swats him away and keeps on his business.
Get out of here.
Here's Morgan now, who's back in the game for Halverson, playing some very important minutes. Here's Neufeld, nice head fake. Oh, unfortunately that doesn't fall, but Wall gets it back and shoots it immediately, unfortunately. Boy, that would have been a nice idea to maybe take it back outside and rerun that clock, but unfortunately, Wall takes the shot.
Yeah, well, he's been stroking it pretty good tonight, knocking down a bunch of shots, so he probably felt that he could drain that one.
Here's Jared on the outside, and he'll take the three. And miss. And Wall will get the rebound as Campbell's laid out on the floor there, and he looks like he's upset.
Oh,
but no call there, and probably a good call. Wall on the outside as he'll kick it back out to Neufeld. And back around to Morgan, who's got to look at it. He'll drain it. So like you said, they had the numbers on the break initially, but they ran that clock around 15 seconds. Morgan in the corner for two.
Well, they're doing what Coach Clark wants them to do, which is work the ball around.
Murphy now Fisher from outside for three, and he'll drain it.
That's a guy 6'9", stepping out beyond the arc, knocking it down, and he does that with quite a bit of precision, as it says in the player profile. He likes to knock those down.
Like we said, there's athletes out there.
And a nice strip by Murphy.
Boy,
reaching
that was
his little
nice.
hand in there and stripping the ball and knocking it off of Antwi. Sad insult to injury.
Yeah, that was just that nice little quality play, and now here comes Cal State again, and they've tried the last three possessions. They've gone for three-pointers. Of course, draining that last one by Fisher. Down by two with now just under 5 minutes left. Here's Murphy. He's going to take it around and dish it off to Campbell. Wall will come up with it, and they've got Morgan streaking down the side, and Antwi decides better to hold on to it. Here's Neufeld, and he'll drain it.
Nice shot.
Nice shot by that young man as he is being one of the most important players here in the late second half, and there's a timeout called again by Cal State. And SFU is playing out of their minds here, and they're keeping a lead. It's now 4:35 left in the second half, and they're up 71-67. Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? Neufeld and Morgan have come into this game and stepped things up a notch. You know, they've just been able to knock down shots. Morgan's, I'm very impressed with how Morgan's been battling. He's not. Here we see Neufeld draining a sweet-looking jumper. as I was saying, Morgan's just been doing the little things. He's boxing out people, he's getting boards, he's taking shots. When he's got open looks, he's just being really solid. And now he won't have big numbers after this game, but he's been hustling after loose balls and just making, you know, people work. And I like to see that. And I think he's really, with his, didn't have a lot of minutes in the first half. In the second half, he's come in, done good things, and Coach Clark has kept him out there.
He's used all his players here very well. And like we said, they had the one guy who's carried them through the game and kept them in the game, but hasn't carried them since, I'd say, about the 10-minute mark here of the second half. And those players you've just mentioned have been leading the way. And here's Cal State now, and here's Harmon now speaking, leading the way. Back out to Murphy, and Wall inside, and his defensive play is important. And Murphy, that little pest, has come back to haunt this SFU team. He's got the hands, boy. He's really just on top of the ball and just
He's water bug
everywhere.
quick. He just throwing those guys that scats around the court.
Fisher and Anderson battling it out inside, and there's another one that Murphy should have had that one, actually, and Antwi does a good job to keep it. Neufeld down inside in the corner, out to Anderson. Antwi on the outside. Neufeld for three. That one will go off and over the top of the backboard, and
too bad.
That would have been sweet for SFU. Good work bringing that clock down as they remain ahead.
And we with some good penetration, drew the defenders. Neufeld was left standing on the three, and I think he was surprised with how much time he had and probably just overthought that a little bit.
So an official's timeout, I believe in Division I there's more official timeouts.
There's been a whole lot of timeouts this
The
game.
officials like to call timeouts. They get tired.
They need a break. Gotta get some water.
Can we call timeout? Let's call timeout for a replay here, actually. Let's take a look at, there's the steal by Wall, actually. And
Wall
if we run
doing a
this
good
little
job
longer,
fighting over Harmon. Trying to make the entry pass for the wing, and he just overplayed it. Just read that pass. Harmon didn't do a good job of keeping the defender on his back.
So there we said at the beginning, maybe this Cal State team may have taken this SFU team too lightly, and that could be the case. I mean, we saw them lipping off some fans here early on. We saw them hot dogging a bit. We saw them flowing very naturally, very easily, and in and out, and just scoring at will, it seemed. And they've gone into neutral, and they haven't been able to come back from it.
And if you look at their bench, there's a lot of head shaking going on there, going, oh, like, what are we talking about? You guys, come on here. We can't lose this game. Got 3 minutes, 44 seconds left. Down 4 points, 71-67, SFU leading.
It's not like they're resting their big players either. I mean, it's not like Harmon's been sitting around, you know, drinking Gatorade on the sidelines here. He's been in the game, and he has been, you know, he's been met and matched by our friend Wall. This is just a good, tightly fought battle, and hats off to the Clan. Here they are now defending with 3:39 left, up by 4. And Jarrett swinging the ball in, and there's Harmon on the outside.
Oh, Wall again.
Wall gets back there well, and that was a set play, of course, on one side, and they switched it around to the same two players. Jarrett back inside to Harmon, and
Trying to
Wall
isolate
read that.
Harmon down low, which is smart. He's their go-to guy.
There he is for 3. And
Forget that post-up stuff. Step out to the three-point line and drain it. Puts Cal State down by 1. 3 minutes left.
might have been a better decision to be out there and challenge him on the three-point line. Here's Neufeld now. He's got to get the ball in. Here's Antwi on the other side. And Anderson once again battling in there. He and Fisher all night.
Seven seconds on the shot clock.
Morgan head fake.
Oh my
shot, and Morgan's having the game of his life here for SFU. Or at least the second half of his life. Murphy will definitely shoot that, give him any kind of chance. And no, he step back, give it to Harmon, who's going to be unconscious with it and tie the game up with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left. Harmon, all conference last year, showing us why here. By Morgan, and then Antwi gets a chance to knife in there and just dishes it off to Anderson. And here's Neufeld at the other end, and
slowing
Jarrett
it down.
mishandles it, and wisely slows it down.
Smart play, very smart play. Gonna use some of the shot clock.
Jarrett with a big miscue back there as Neufeld picks up that ball and brings it around. Here's Anderson down the outside. Over to Antwi. Morgan takes a look and sends it back outside. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Inside to Anderson, and that was a forced ball.
That was a bad pass.
And a nice foul there by Neufeld. Tough foul.
Good foul. Found him on the open floor, so we shouldn't be shooting too. But it might be because we're in the bonus.
Not in the bonus.
So it's on the end line.
Let's take a look at this.
So here we see
nice hard foul.
Neufeld hacking him before he gets a shot off.
Or it leaves that ball up for the trailing Harmon, who could have come up and alley-oop.
Yeah, that would have been just scary. Oh, Wall again almost with the steal.
Good work there by Wall. 1:33 left here. SFU up by 2 points on that last monster dunk by Richard Anderson, set up by Antwi. And here's Cal State now into Harmon. Harmon behind the three-point arch will move his way in and take that shot. There's Wall making the rebound. Oh, Campbell. Hard work in there. Once again, that small little stripping of the ball and these little plays, these little ticky-tack plays, if you will, are going all Cal State's way. And here's Jared now inbounding it into Harmon again. Wall going again. Travel. Harmon doesn't like that one. I'd love to see the replay on that one. It didn't look like a travel from here, but of course, that's why they're the refs. Timeout, Simon Fraser. Wow, 1:23 left. They're up by 2, and they just got possession of the ball. What do you suspect we'll see here? Will we see that same press, or do you think they'll let them set up and in their offense?
Ball's on the sideline. I would guess that they'd step up and pick up some defensive pressure. They haven't got beat on that all night in terms of having SFU break it down too easy for a fast break layup. So I would suspect they'd be picking up full court. I don't know if they'll do like any running and gunning sort of trapping type stuff, but they'll just play solid man-to-man, full court. And SFU is going to look to work the ball around, use some clock.
As we see Scott Clark quite animate and in giving his players the instructions he wants. They are in a position that they did not see last year, playing a quality team up here on the hill and taking them right to the tilt here. 1:23 left, they're up by 2.
But they have been in a lot of these tight games. Unfortunately, they've been on the losing end of them, but...
True enough.
So here we see some full court pressure.
And the pressure is on, and there's Morgan giving it off to Antwi. And Jarrett's caught with a foul, and they're in the bonus, so he'll be going to the charity stripe. Now that could have been a set play also. Let them shoot the no time come off the clock.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked over at Cal State coach, and he looked like he said, we don't want that. Just if I'm reading his lips correctly.
Bob Hawking, yeah.
I'm not sure, but he just sort of gave his head a shake and kind of gestured with his hands like, you know, what are you doing? We don't want that. So here we see, that's just foolish. He's just kind of doing like a, looks like a lineman doing a little block there. But if Antwi doesn't knock these down, it'll be a good foul.
Oh, shooter's roll there.
Those nice soft rims up here on the hill.
And Scott Clark is quite happy about that. As he drains the second one, and boy, oh boy, this is tense up here.
Minute 15 left, SFU up 77-73.
Crowd right into it now. Into Harmon, there go-to guy against Wall once again. Nice turn, that's fine. Good D, good honest D, and an athletic player is going to score a basket when you give him the ball. 1:03 left, timeout, Cal State Fullerton, and they're down by 2 now. And of note again is the fact that SFU is in the bonus and Cal State isn't. So this has been a gritty effort, and it's not been a foul-filled effort either. This SFU team has been using their feet, and they've been maybe the adrenaline, whatever, but they're not cheating at all. They're working hard. They're not in foul trouble at all.
Yeah, both teams are they're both super athletic teams. Real quick, they're not doing a lot of silly stuff and lots of fouls. They haven't been stopping the pace and the tempo of the game. But yet, both teams have been able to sort of dictate a little bit offensively. Cal State being able to push it more, SFU slowing it down. Usually you see one game get into the other team's style a little more.
Here's that last basket.
just elevating over top of wall. And that's still the defense. As a coach, you don't really ask more than that. I mean, it's got good position. You're challenging the shot.
Right.
What do you do if he makes a tough shot?
Harmon's one of those sweet players. It looks like he slows the game down with his nice moves. And here's Neufeld now. That full court pressure is on. Morgan gives it off to Antwi. Antwi dribbling around, and Harmon trying for that steal. Nothing doing. Here's Wall to Morgan as SFU has set themselves up here in their offense. Ball inside, and Fisher will foul Anderson. And Antwi saw him there as he set himself, posts himself quite well, and looks like they're playing a little more honest and leaving Anderson isn't being double teamed down there. Let's take a look at that. He's all alone.
Anderson getting good
Sealed
position.
his man.
And I think Fisher got his hand around his back. He's giving a little bit of a bear hug, and that's maybe Fisher saw his hand on the back and automatically called it.
There's Anderson now at the line. He misses it. Big Anderson, like we mentioned in the first half, is having some problems at the free throw line. Here's Cal State now, and here's Murphy. You don't want to let him out unchecked outside the three-point line. He'll shoot anytime. Here's Campbell now, back to Murphy. Jared finds Murphy. He's going to go for it, and he misses. Antwi with a nice box out on his man, Jared, and he gathers the rebound. 20 seconds left. And the ball is tipped out. 21 seconds left. Ball tipped out. It remained for Simon Fraser. They'll call a timeout. Up 2 points here with 20 seconds left.
Ooh. This is exciting.
Now, as you mentioned, and rightfully so, it's important to say that last year they were in a lot of tight games, came up on the losing end, but they know what it's like to be down here in this.
I think they'd like to, get a win on one of these tight games here. So hopefully it works tonight.
Maybe they were with their good luck charm. There's Murphy. This man right in his face. Hey, when you hit 66 last year, why not?
What the heck? Your odds are in your favor, but probably not the. I mean,
Down
do you go for the win? With 30 some odd seconds right away. Do you go to work it around and get a 2? Probably. Coach Hawkins is thinking work it around a little bit more, punch it inside to your money man Harmon, but. What the heck there? We see Damon Allen. Hopefully his BC Lions win on Sunday.
Big Damon having a great year with the Lions, and of course, graduate of Cal State Fullerton. So I don't know how he feels, but I know the rest of the fans up here are quite happy with the performance, the game, and the score right now. 21 seconds left. Here's Morgan on the inbounds, and he'll get it in there. Here's Brian in there, probably for his ball handling skills or free throw skills, I suppose. Kevin Bryant fouled.
And just for the foul, Fisher's now coming back into the game.
And John Stoa with the foul. He'll probably come right back out of the game.
Yeah.
There's Bryant.
Here we go, fellas. Number 22,
Kevin Bryant, who is 6'2" guard, a junior, a transfer from Calgary, University of Calgary, hits that all-important first one. They're up by 3 now.
And another timeout by Scott Clark. And this is a good situation to be in here. SFU is not, or Cal State is in the bonus. SFU is not. So worst case scenario, make them dribble the ball around a little bit, foul them, and they got to take it from the side again, inbound it again, waste some time getting a shot off, because they're going to need 2 possessions, and they have a foul to use if they need it, and Cal State isn't going to go to the line, so they might have to use it, they might not.
First things first, he hits that first. If he hits this one up by 4, there is
yeah, if he doesn't, and 18 seconds left, that's a bit of a scary situation, but if he does hit it, 4-point game, this could be a lock for SFU. Although with 18 seconds, anything's possible.
Anything's possible here in basketball, and that's why this is a great one here for you. Our kickoff of varsity basketball here on Rogers Television, and we've got a doozy for you. We knew that the Division I team coming in here, Cal State, would be a great team, but we were hoping SFU would be putting on a show, and sure enough, they have. Here's Kevin Bryant now. And they're up by 4 here, and here comes Jarrett now, driving the ball up the sideline, forking in, and he'll take it and keep it on his own. They get a quick 2 and call the timeout. 9 seconds left as Jarrett Gets the ball down. That was 9 seconds. They lost half the time there on that one play.
Well, they need a quick 2 possessions. So here we see
Jarrett with the good D by Antwi, and Jarrett takes a nice.
Definitely doesn't want to foul him. Just make it a little bit tough and.
Gets the basket, goes to the bank, deposits, and calls the timeout. 9 seconds left.
So they're probably going to come out and foul, and I would hope that SFU would not put the ball into Richard Anderson's hand. Probably Cal State guards are really going to play tough up front and force SFU to pass it into one of their big guys. Likely Anderson, because he hasn't been doing a stellar job from the line, but I think he'll be hanging back pretty far and not want to put himself in that situation either.
Probably not. Here's John Stowa now checking back into the game for Fisher, for his quickness, of course, but mostly for the fact that he can foul without anyone worrying about it. Morgan now taking the inbound. Oh boy. That was a little scary, to say the least. They tried the old Boston Celtics trick, passing the ball out of bounds. Of course, that doesn't do anything. There's Morgan now as Ufeld breaks. In comes in, and here is Richard Anderson.
Get it.
Wise choice letting that man get it, and you called it. That's exactly right. He's had some troubles at the line.
Hey, this guy's been on the national team. He's had lots of international play. He's been a leader. He's an all-conference player. Now's the time to step up and
that's right.
Show what you're made of.
Show what you're made of here with 8 seconds left, up by 2. He hits one of these, and they can feel a little more secure because they have some three-point threats here, of course, with Murphy and Harmon. It looks like they're going to call a timeout. They've still got Stowa in there. They missed the first one.
Okay, here we go. You can feel the crowd just willing him to make this. Get in there. There we go. Yes.
Big point there, 3-point lead, and here comes Jarrett now as he'll drive down. Gives it to Murphy. 2 seconds left, he's got to shoot it. SFU wins the game. The Clan has won a big game here, defeating Division I school, Cal State Fullerton. And you should see the look on this Cal State team. They just are dumbfounded. They can't believe it. And a jubilant SFU team walks off this court victorious. And the first one to shake hands is Harmon. He's a bit dumbfounded. Boy, what a game. What a performance by this gritty SFU team.
Outstanding. That was a fabulous game. They fought hard right till the end.
They certainly did. And Dave Wall has got to be considered our player of the game, but he can't stand alone because they had Neufeld and they had Morgan and they had everyone coming off the bench. This was a
solid team effort.
Anderson hitting that basket at the end was all important. We've got a great post-game show for you, folks. SFU completes the big upset, winning 80-77 over Cal State Fullerton. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm Herb Lewis. Please join me and our media panel every Friday for an in-depth half hour of news and opinion on Pacific Focus, talking to the people who make the news.
Pressure Point, a program about exchanging ideas and telling stories of hope, stories of faith, stories about healing and culture. Join us on Pressure Point every week.
You're all psychic. This is the gift of God to all of us, his children, to help us through the maze of life. To learn how your guardian angels can help you, join me, Reverend Percy D. Hayes, on The Psychic.
Well, a great win for the Simon Fraser Klansmen in their home opener, 80-77 over Cal State Fullerton. Coach, what have you got to say?
It's a tough game. I mean, first thing I got to say is Fullerton's a good team, and you know, it's fortunate that we were able to get a win. I felt like in the first half we never really, you know, we made some casual plays, and we can't make casual plays against a team of this caliber. And in the second half, I thought we were a lot more in composure and made plays that you have to make, solid basketball plays. They weren't great plays, but they were solid, and that's a good win for us.
Well, you certainly had the fans excited. A great, as I say, a great victory. What do you think the turning point?
Each chose a name at random.